Where were you born?
in Ramallah.
In Ramallah. In what area of town?
They called it Harid Dar Ibrahim. That's all I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you were growing up, what was, you lived in one house in Ramallah or?
Well, actually, we rented. We didn't have our own home. We rented. Actually, it was just a two-bedroom.
Two-bedroom, describe it for me.
One huge room. The way I think about it was one huge room, and then the kitchen was downstairs. So we had to go outside to go down to the kitchen. And we all shared that one big room, but it was like divided.
And how many were there?
Well, there were my mother and my two brothers and myself. And my father was traveling back and forth between the States and coming back to Ramallah.
And you lived in that house until, did they have electricity and water?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
No, we didn't. No.
And the house, how long did you live in that house?
I lived there till we came to the States.
And what year was that?
It was 1946.
1946, okay. And you were how old at the time?
I was 12.
12. So tell me about what school did you go to in Ramallah?
The public school, Dar al-Ma'arif.
And you had I guess your father was in the States.
Right.
And he decided to bring you all over from
Well,
there?
yes, at that time he used to come back and forth. And in 46, the minute the war stopped here, he decided to bring his family. So we left there in 46, but we arrived here in January 47.
And where was he?
He was in
Detroit.
Detroit.
Or New York? Detroit?
He was in Detroit, but he met us in New York when we came.
Okay. Did he start off, when he came over to this country, did he start off in Detroit, or did he eventually move there for some other?
No, he started off in Detroit because there was few people here in Detroit, so that's why they congregated there.
Do you remember much about your childhood in Ramallah?
I was very sheltered child. My mother didn't allow me to go any place because I was very sheltered. I was the only girl, and she just didn't allow me to go out with my friends and all any of that stuff. Yeah.
And what do you remember about your grandparents? Anything?
Actually, from my father's side, I didn't have any. They died. My father was very small, and he was raised by his sister and his cousins. On my mother's side, I remember my grandfather and my grandmother, who was actually a step-grandmother. But I do vividly remember my grandfather because he came here to visit us in the States, and he stayed with my mom and dad.
And what was his name?
Abid Mansour.
Okay. So did you find out you were coming to the States? Were you excited? Did you?
Apprehension.
Apprehension.
Yes, I didn't know what was coming. We came by boat, and it was, we were among the first people to come here, and it was very, very a rough journey. The voyage was very rough. It was an army ship that we came on, and it took us, I believe, 31 days to get here. Yeah, it was very rough.
You left out of which port?
Haifa.
Haifa. And you went the boat went right to New York?
Right to New York.
Once you got to New York, I'm sure 31 days on a boat is a little tough as a kid.
I just looked around and I saw my father, and I didn't even know him. And he had that, I think he was 31 or 32. He had white gray hair, and I couldn't believe that was my father. So then they picked us up, and we went to the Ba'ath's house for dinner that night, and I think we slept there. Then the next day we took the train to Detroit.
And what did you think about Detroit?
I mean, I was too young to form any opinions at that time. A few months later, I did. It was a very, very adventurous new experience. The school system, the whole bit, yeah.
You went right to high school, right?
No,
No?
Not high school, grade school.
Grade school.
Yeah.
So you started,
Yeah,
you started grade school. Did you know any English at all?
very little, very little. But you pick it up fast at that age. And actually, to be honest with you, for a while I forgot the Arabic language till my sister-in-laws and their families came back and I picked it up again, because at that time there weren't that many Ramallah people here in the States. In Detroit, I think that we had 5, 6 families. And you're with Americans all day long in school and stuff, and you forget. So really, I don't even know how to write Arabic now. It's a shame. I lost it all. I would love to pick it up again.
What did you think going at that young age, going to grade school here? What was the experience like?
It was different, but I really enjoyed it, and I was eager to learn, and I made friends. But again, my mother was very, very protective of me. I had to go to school, come home, and I wasn't allowed to go to my friends' homes or anything like that.
And then after school, what high school did you go to?
Northwestern High School.
Northwestern High School. And after high school, what did you do?
I got married.
You got married.
So young, which my mother was against, because she wanted me to pursue my further education for me and for George, actually, because she really loved George, and he was a very smart young man, and yeah.
So right after high school, you got married. That was in what year?
1953.
1953. You all stayed in Detroit.
Yes.
Where'd you go on your honeymoon?
We went to New York, and we spent every penny we got from the wedding. Then we had to wire home for some money to come home.
You had a good time.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you after you got married, did you work? Did you stay at
Yes,
home?
I did. Yes, I worked. Actually, in the beginning, I lied about my age, and I worked in what they called at that time the dime store. And I worked there after school and all that stuff. But then when I graduated, I worked in an office. And, then that's what I did.
And then, so you all were living in Detroit at, you have one son, is that right?
Yes, our son, Ron.
Ron, and he was born when?
He was born in 66.
66, okay. And so you made your life in Detroit. And when did you go back to Ramallah for the first time?
Gee, that's, I tell you, at that time the Federation picked a group of young guys to go, and our son was lucky enough to be chosen one of them. I think these 7 boys went back there. And he came back bragging about Ramallah. I haven't been back, which was in '84. Then George promised, he said, I'll take you back next year. In '85, he took me back, but I was lost. All I did is cry. I mean, Ramallah wasn't Ramallah for me.
Even in '85?
Even in '85, it was so strange for me. I didn't know anybody, anything. All I looked around, all I did, like I said, cry. It was sad for me.
Do you still have family there, some family?
I do have first cousins, which I don't even know. They were born way after I was here, so I don't know them from my mother's side. But that's about it. Yeah.
Now, so you weren't, let's see, you weren't there with things. So how about, but you've gone back since then again?
No.
Oh, you haven't? That was it?
That was it.
When you were crying?
That was it.
It was that sad?
Yeah. Well, I really would love to go back one time and see it one more time, even though it was so sad for me. But I still would like to see it. We were supposed to go back last year, but things happened. We didn't do it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on what's going on in Ramallah now, more politically than anything, I guess? What are your...
Well, actually, I disagree with the whole thing over there. I feel bad, so bad for our people. They're like prisoners in their own homes. And I saw it firsthand how they're treated from, like when we crossed the border from Georgia to Ramallah, how they treated me, and I wasn't back there for 40-some years, and what they put me through, but I did not listen to them. You know, they wanted you to strip, they wanted you to do this and that. And I said, I'm prepared to go back because I will not do that for you or for anybody else. And they were shocked that I did that. And I told them that's why we never get along. It was sad.
When you went back, did you just go to Ramallah, or did you go to other places?
No, we went to Jordan, and George made sure he took me all over to visit. Mainly, I wanted to visit the holy places, Jerusalem, Bethlehem, and all of that. Mm-hmm. And that was nice. That was nice. But like I said, I was very sad. You're a stranger in your own home. That's what it was.
Well, is there anything I haven't asked you that you'd like to comment on or say anything?
No, just I'm very happy here with my family, my son and my grandchildren. That's it. To me, I hate to say this, but to me, here is home.